Alright, this is the Ogre from Ogre.com, WeTheArm.com, and Crusader Weaponry. And I'm cruising in a 2010 Mustang. And some things to note about the Mustang is, you know, this is a classic American icon kind of car. Ford has always made Mustangs since the early 60s, and they are just part of the American culture. You can't talk cars, you can't talk racing, you can't talk hot rods without talking about the Ford Mustang in some way, shape, form, or another. Now, this car review for the 2010 Mustang is for my father. I'm doing this for you, Dad. And reason being, you know, for all you guys out there wondering about the Ogre, why he's talking about cars. You know, I grew up being a car guy, and as much as I am a gun guy, I'm very much a car guy. My two favorite things in the world are simply torque and recoil. I love them both. I'm a gearhead, I'm a gunhead, and so anyway, this is for you, Dad. Love you, man. In 2005, Ford came out with some retro styling with the round gauges and these vents here, which are real simple to adjust and use, and, you know, to direct the airflow or to just shut it off. It's a well thought out and you know, fairly well appointed car for your base automotive needs. This is the V6 version, so it lacks a lot of the other amenities such as raw power that you really want in a muscle car. This is the base version of it. I really have to say I dislike the shifter. It doesn't feel very good. I don't think it's designed well. It's an awkward shape, and the angle that your hands hits this on, I don't know what they're supposed to do, what they're trying to accomplish with this shifter. But it works, it's functional, you just don't like it. The e-brake, a little bit higher than it needs to be. It can kind of interfere a little bit with things. It gets pretty good gas mileage. You're averaging, you know, if you drive carefully, you're probably getting over 20 miles to the gallon, depending on how you want to hoof it. The performance there, the performance is not what I want out of a Mustang. It's not a slow car, it's no slouch by any means. I mean, it'll probably keep up with any Honda Accord or Toyota Camry out there. Nissan Altimas will probably start walking away from it, though. It just doesn't have that grunt and that power, that visceral feeling that I think a Mustang should give you. Pointed, very nice. This is a very nice car to buy. However, if I'm going to buy a Mustang, I don't want a nice car. I want a big hairy beast that can scare me. That's what a muscle car is to me. Now, let's take a look at something else here that the Mustang can do, or that this Mustang can do, that changes the game. Take a look at this. I'm pulling over here to a stop. We're going to flip down the sun visors, and we're going to hit this latch here, pull this down and open that, pull down the other one. We're going to press this button. The lid comes off very easily. Two latches, one button. You have to hold the button down though, which is a little annoying. And all of a sudden we got some road noise. Now that drop top comes off real easy, and we're rolling again. Now here we go. You can hear the engine a little bit better. It's got a nice tone, a nice mellow tone. However, it being a V6, it's more, you know, very Manilow than very white. However, on a beautiful day, the top down, you really don't care. The character of the car And what makes this car appealing, it does change dramatically with the top down. What before was a little bit claustrophobic on the headroom is now, you know, the size of Texas, in this case Utah. The car doesn't handle all that well. It's got a live axle rear end, which is the exact same suspension system that we had on our Pioneer handcart wagons and our covered wagons. It doesn't allow the car to really take advantage of what speed that it has when you start getting into the twists. Now, the car does feel nice and stable through corners, through curves, at moderate speeds, but as the speed starts picking up, it really starts to feel kind of dead in the rear end. And when that rear end breaks loose, it just really takes off. You know, one thing I like about the Mustang is that it pretty much looks sexy from every angle. The big old school emblem, the 3-section tail lights, how the wheel wells flare out, giving it a muscular appearance. But what really sets apart the Mustang in terms of looks is you've got the nice alloy wheels, the round headlights, and the way that the front end kind of overhangs reminds me, you know, of a predatorial creature, kind of like a shark. You know, this isn't really a family car. If you're going to put anybody in the back, even small children have a hard time in here. It's best if you're going to give anybody a ride that they be double amputees, because there's just zero leg room. It's not a car designed for creature comforts. At least not for the passengers. It starts easy. It starts quiet. It's idle smooth. More of a girl's car than a muscle car. Acceleration here. Not bad. It's very linear, very smooth application of power. There's just not enough of it. Okay, we're going to put the top back up. Push this button, hold it in. Here it comes. Top folds out. Gets into this position so we can shut these latches. Not a lot of effort on shutting the latches. They shut very easy. And then you put the visors back. All right, let's do something here. Let's we'll let the audience, we'll let the YouTubers time the 0 to 60. So here we go. There you go, 60 miles an hour. When I do a 0 to 60 run like this, and really put the pedal all the way to the floor, I want to feel like I'm being pushed back into the seat. And the base V6 just doesn't give me that feeling.